Welcome to Rare Coin Master, where every coin tells a story and every story could be worth a fortune. Let's uncover the rare, the valuable, and the extraordinary, one coin at a time. In the world of coin collecting, there are tales that spark curiosity, stories that make collectors' hearts race, and then there are legends, like the story of the 2001 Elizabeth II one-penny coin. It may seem small and unassuming at first glance, yet this humble copper-plated steel disc carries a tale of mystery, royal legacy, and extraordinary value that has stunned even the most seasoned numismatists. Today, we unravel the journey of this iconic British coin and reveal why it has captured the fascination of the world, making headlines for its jaw-dropping valuation of $80 million. It begins in the early years of the 21st century, a time when the United Kingdom was transitioning through rapid modernization, yet holding tightly to its deep-rooted traditions. In 2001, Queen Elizabeth II had already reigned for nearly half a century, embodying a symbol of stability and continuity for the British people. The Royal Mint, ever committed to honoring the monarchy and the nation's cultural heritage, continued producing coins that carried more than monetary value, they bore history itself. Among the many coins minted that year was the one penny, a denomination often overlooked, passed from hand to hand without a second thought. But not this one. This one was different. The 2001 Elizabeth II one-penny coin, at its core, is a remarkable blend of design precision, regal symbolism, and subtle rarity. It weighs just 3.56 grams and has a diameter of 20.3 millimeters. Its composition? Copper-plated steel, a shift that had occurred only a few years prior when the Royal Mint decided to move away from bronze for cost efficiency. But while the material had changed, the soul of the coin remained very much intact. On the obverse, the coin proudly displays the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, facing right, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a portrait crafted by Ian Rank Broadley, whose initials IRB sit subtly beneath the neckline. This portrait was widely praised for its realism and maturity, showcasing Her Majesty with grace and dignity. The reverse of the coin features the badge of the Palace of Westminster, commonly known as the portcullis, a heavy gate traditionally associated with British Parliament and government authority. Atop the gate, a royal crown rests with elegance. Encircling the emblem is the denomination one penny, and at the bottom, the word 2001 anchors the coin in its rightful place in time. For many, this was just another penny, worth a mere fraction of a pound. But fate had other plans for a select few of these coins. Now, here's where things take a fascinating turn. While the Royal Mint produced millions of one-penny coins in 2001, a microscopic batch, perhaps only a handful, was struck under extraordinary circumstances. It's believed that a rare minting error, combined with a unique distribution channel, led to the creation of a variant so rare, so unlike its counterparts, that its value skyrocketed over time. These rare pennies somehow avoided circulation. They weren't given out in grocery change or found in the depths of couch cushions. They were quietly collected, stored, and forgotten, until one was rediscovered in a private estate in northern England in pristine, uncirculated condition. This discovery ignited a wave of speculation and frenzy among collectors. Could it be that this ordinary-looking coin was a once-in-a-lifetime treasure? The coin was sent for expert analysis, and what they found left them stunned. Not only did this particular coin have flawless detail and sharp edges, suggesting it was one of the first struck by a fresh die, but it also bore subtle die alignment variations and microscopic inconsistencies in metal composition. These deviations, invisible to the untrained eye, marked the coin as an anomaly, a specimen likely struck during a transitional production phase or perhaps an experimental test strike that was never meant to see the light of day. The authentication report sealed its fate. This was no ordinary coin. Its condition, combined with the rare error and limited existence, made it a unicorn in the numismatic world. Within weeks, collectors from around the globe began placing staggering offers. First 1 million. Then 5. Then 10. By the time the coin was brought to auction, it had become the most sought-after British coin of its generation. Bidding was fierce, and when the final gavel struck, the 1-penny coin had been sold for a mind-blowing $80 million, forever etching its name into the record books as one of the most valuable coins ever sold. But why would anyone pay such an enormous amount for a coin that, at face value, could buy nothing more than a paper clip? The answer lies in a blend of history, scarcity, and symbolic power. Coins are time capsules. They are monuments in miniature, reflecting the values, rulers, and events of their era. This 2001 Elizabeth II penny is not just metal, it's monarchy, legacy, and mystery all rolled into one. Its allure lies in what it represents: the end of one era and the quiet anticipation of another. Queen Elizabeth II's long and revered reign was approaching its final decades, and to possess a coin minted during her golden years is to hold a tangible piece of history in your hand. Moreover, for collectors, rarity is the holy grail. The knowledge that there may only be one, or at most, a few, of these coins in existence turns it into something beyond a collectible. It becomes art, investment, and national heritage all in one. Museums clamored for it. Private investors viewed it as a trophy asset. Even heads of state reportedly showed interest, not only for its monetary worth but for its historical weight. The story of the 2001 1-penny coin also reignited global interest in British coinage. People everywhere began checking their change, scouring old jars and drawers in the hopes that they too might stumble upon a forgotten gem. Coin forums buzzed with speculation, and the Royal Mint itself issued a cautious statement urging the public to be wary of counterfeits while celebrating the global enthusiasm for British numismatics. The coin had become more than a relic, it was now a cultural phenomenon. But let's not forget the emotional pull of this coin. For many Brits, the penny has long been part of their everyday lives, a token of childhood piggy banks, of grandparents handing out shiny coins as treats, of savings and simple pleasures. To see such a familiar object transcend into the realm of multi-million-dollar artifacts was both surreal and nostalgic. It made people reflect on how something so small, so humble, can carry stories that span continents and generations. Today, the legendary 2001 1-penny sits securely in a private collection, occasionally loaned out to exhibitions under tight security. When displayed, it draws crowds larger than some entire museums. People travel across countries just to glimpse it, to feel the aura of a coin that defies logic and defines destiny. Security guards flank the display. Cameras blink constantly. And behind glass, bathed in gentle light, the penny sits, a silent witness to a world that never saw it coming. Among these treasures, the 2002 Liberty Quarter Dollar has earned its place in history, not just as a piece of metal, but as a story etched in silver that continues to mesmerize collectors and investors across the globe. While at first glance, it may appear to be just another coin from the early 2000s, a deeper look reveals a world of artistry, history, and value that goes far beyond its face worth. Today, we embark on an unforgettable journey into the story of the United Kingdom 2002 Liberty Quarter Dollar, a coin whose legacy has transformed it into one of the most extraordinary pieces in modern numismatics. To understand the significance of this coin, we must first step back and explore the wider backdrop of its time. The year 2002 was one of transition, not just in the United Kingdom, but across the globe. The dawn of the new millennium had already introduced sweeping changes in technology, politics, and culture. The euro currency was officially introduced in many European countries, reshaping the financial landscape of the continent. Meanwhile, in the United Kingdom, traditional coinage continued to symbolize heritage and identity, holding firm against the tide of change. It was in this environment that the Liberty Quarter Dollar emerged, a coin designed not just for circulation, but as a powerful statement of national pride and enduring values. The Liberty Quarter Dollar of 2002 carries with it more than simple utility. Its design captures the essence of liberty, an ideal deeply rooted in the history of both the United Kingdom and the wider Western world. The obverse of the coin features a timeless portrayal of liberty herself, a symbol of freedom, dignity, and resilience. Every line of her image was carefully crafted to embody the spirit of a nation that has withstood centuries of trials and triumphs. The detail of her flowing robes, the strength of her stance, and the dignity of her expression all remind us that liberty is not simply a word, but a principle that must be defended and cherished. On the reverse, we find the majestic elements that tie the coin to its identity. The intricate inscriptions, the clear definition of its denomination, and the artistry of the design reflect the skill of the engravers who poured their talent into creating something that was not only practical, but also profoundly symbolic. Unlike many other coins of its era, the 2002 Liberty Quarter Dollar was not just struck to facilitate trade, it was minted to tell a story. Every detail on its surface whispers history, culture, and aspiration, but coins are not born in isolation, they are the product of their minting process, their circulation, and their journey through time. The 2002 Liberty Quarter Dollar was struck with precision using the advanced minting techniques of its era, ensuring clarity, durability, and consistency. Yet within that process, rare varieties and errors sometimes emerged, and it is those unique imperfections that today drive the fascination of collectors. A double die error, a misstrike, or an off-center strike could transform what was once a common coin into a prized rarity, sought after by numismatists willing to pay fortunes for the privilege of owning it. As years passed, the coin began to gain traction among collectors. At first, it was simply admired for its design, but soon it became apparent that the 2002 Liberty Quarter Dollar was more than just attractive, it was scarce in certain conditions, especially in pristine, uncirculated states. Coins graded at the highest levels by professional services became coveted items, as their flawless surfaces represented the ideal of perfection in minting. And as collectors vied for these rare specimens, prices began to climb steadily, turning the coin into a serious investment opportunity. Yet beyond its market value, the coin holds a special place in the hearts of those who cherish history. For many, it represents the spirit of an era where tradition met modernity, where old values were preserved even as the world moved into uncharted territory. The Liberty Quarter Dollar is a tangible reminder that freedom and identity are concepts worth preserving in both metal and memory. Each time it changes hands, it carries with it not just monetary worth, but the weight of heritage and the story of a nation. Over the decades, stories began to circulate of collectors stumbling upon these coins in unexpected places. Some found them tucked away in old jars of change, others inherited them from relatives who never realized their potential. For each discovery, the reaction was the same: astonishment that a simple quarter dollar could hold such immense historical and financial weight. Auction houses began to feature these coins in their catalogs, and bidding wars broke out among enthusiasts eager to add the 2002 Liberty Quarter Dollar to their collections. Its reputation grew, and with it, its price surged to levels that few could have imagined when it was first minted. The allure of the coin is not only in its rarity or value, but in the sense of connection it provides. Holding a 2002 Liberty quarter dollar is like holding a piece of time itself, a fragment of the past preserved in flawless detail. It is a bridge between generations, linking those who minted it, those who first spent it, and those who now treasure it. For collectors, it is not just an object, it is a story, a legacy, and a reminder that even the smallest pieces of metal can carry immense significance. As we reflect on its journey, it becomes clear why the 2002 Liberty quarter dollar has become one of the most sought-after coins of the modern era. Its combination of artistry, symbolism, rarity, and historical context makes it a true masterpiece of numismatics. And while countless coins have been struck before and since, few have managed to capture the imagination in quite the same way. It is a testament to the idea that value is not determined by size or denomination, but by meaning, history, and the stories we attach to the things we cherish. And now, we arrive at the moment collectors and enthusiasts alike anticipate most, the value of this extraordinary coin in today's market. While it began as a simple piece of circulating currency, the United Kingdom 2002 Liberty quarter dollar has achieved a level of worth that borders on the unbelievable. Through years of appreciation, auctions, and collector demand, it has risen to a staggering figure. Today, the 2002 Liberty quarter dollar stands as a coin valued at an astounding $67 million. Yes, $67 million, an amount that transforms this humble coin into one of the most priceless treasures in the world of numismatics. So the next time you hold a coin in your hand, take a moment to consider the story it might tell. For within these small, unassuming objects lies the history of nations, the artistry of craftsmen, and sometimes, the chance to uncover a fortune. The 2002 Liberty quarter dollar is proof that even the simplest pieces of change can become legends, their value not just in metal, but in meaning. And that is why this coin will forever shine, both in the annals of history and in the hearts of those who know its true worth. Today we step back to the year 1979, a year filled with change, with voices of freedom echoing across the globe, and within that very moment, a small piece of metal was struck that carried with it the weight of liberty, heritage, and the unbreakable charm of timeless design. The United Kingdom Liberty 1 cent of 1979 is not just a coin, it is a story carved into copper, a whisper of the past that still resonates with collectors today. Imagine holding this coin in your hand. It's small, yet it carries an immense history. The front showcases the noble face of liberty, a figure who has stood as a universal beacon of hope and independence. Though stylized in British form, the essence of liberty speaks across nations, transcending borders, reminding anyone who gazes upon it that freedom is more than a word, it's a legacy. The coin's reverse side embodies strength and tradition, a design that speaks to the cultural pride of the United Kingdom, capturing an image that balances artistry with national symbolism. Every line, every stroke, feels deliberate, as though the engraver intended not just to craft money, but to create a work of art that would survive decades. The year 1979 was significant. The world was experiencing political shifts, economic challenges, and moments of cultural rebirth. Against that backdrop, the minting of this coin became a silent yet powerful reminder of resilience. It rolled out of the presses, shining bright, untouched, destined to circulate through the hands of ordinary people, yet destined also to become a treasure for those who recognized its value beyond face. For coin collectors, the charm of the Liberty 1 cent 1979 lies in its rarity and its story. While millions of ordinary coins were produced, not all survived in pristine condition. Time has a way of wearing coins down, softening their features, dulling their luster. But those rare few that remain in sharp detail, with crisp edges and gleaming surfaces, are the ones that command attention in the world of numismatics. A collector sees this not just as a coin, but as an investment, a living memory from a particular year, a piece that tells a story more powerfully than words ever could. Think of the journeys this coin might have taken. Perhaps it was first spent on a small item in a London shop, passing hands unnoticed, tucked away into change purses, and later finding its way into a child's savings jar. Maybe it was forgotten for years in an attic, only to be rediscovered decades later by someone who realized its worth. That journey gives the coin character, a soul almost, something that sets it apart from modern currency that feels disposable and lifeless. Collectors today cherish the 1979 Liberty 1 cent not just because of its aesthetic design or historic placement, but because it represents an era. An era when craftsmanship mattered, when coins were made to last, and when each piece seemed to whisper stories of the people who touched it. The copper composition glows warmly, carrying that rich red-brown tone that only decades of preservation can enhance. Under the right light, it seems almost alive, as though Liberty herself were radiating from its surface. Over the years, auction houses and private sales have highlighted the growing demand for this coin. Stories circulate among collectors about rare finds in pocket change, about pristine versions discovered in long-forgotten collections, about the joy on the faces of those who stumble across one of these pieces in unexpected places. And with demand comes value. What once was a simple 1-cent coin now holds the potential to astonish not only with its beauty but with its financial worth. Many people wonder, why would a small copper coin from 1979 be worth so much? The answer is layered: its age, its limited surviving numbers in mint condition, its historic symbolism, and its undeniable collector appeal. Together, these factors have transformed it from ordinary currency into an extraordinary asset. For the passionate coin enthusiast, this is not just about owning money, it's about owning a fragment of history that continues to shine even decades later. And now, the moment we've been building towards, the revelation that surprises both casual viewers and seasoned collectors alike. While its face value remains a humble 1 cent, the true market worth of the United Kingdom Liberty 1 cent from 1979 in rare, pristine condition has soared beyond imagination. Today, this coin is valued at an incredible $62,000. Yes, $62,000 for a coin that once jingled unnoticed in the pockets of everyday people. That is the magic of numismatics, the beauty of collecting, and the reason coins like this continue to captivate generations. So the next time you come across an old coin, pause for a moment, look closely, and remember the story it carries. Because within that small circle of metal, history breathes, art endures, and sometimes, just sometimes, fortune smiles in the form of a tiny treasure like the Liberty 1 cent 1979. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more amazing coin stories.